Hey everyone, so if you saw my first video, you'll know that I really liked PowerCon this year, and I had to buy some stuff from some vendors, so we'll be checking that out. But first, this is the only Masters figures that I got, and it's Cyclone. So the first one I want to show you guys is from Burl Lancome Jr.'s Customs of the Universe. And this guy, he's hilarious. And I got this print here, which is a do-it-yourself trading card sheet. So basically, it's like an uncut trading card sheet, but it's really just a print. And yeah, mine got a little damaged, but it still looks pretty good on the front side. But what he did is he did some customs of Masters of the Universe figures and traded around heads or hands or whatever. And my favorite guy is Man with Stinger, which is like Man-at-Arms head, but or Man-at-Arms helmet, and he has Buzz-Off's head, and his body is Trapjaw, but then he has like a stinger at the end of the Trapjaw gun. So that's the kind of stuff that he makes, and it's pretty good. You guys should check him out on Facebook. So when I bought this print, he also gave me some little games that he has that were printed out specifically for his booth. So then that would be these right here. So it's really cool. It's Burl Lancome Jr.'s Word Search of the Universe, and it has some stuff in here like some of the characters like Flocker, Hebe, Momdak, so Scissorlift, and Scissorlift is right there. But you can always check that out in his Facebook page, which I'll be putting a link to in the description. So so that's the Word Search of the Universe. And then the other one he has is Burl Lancome Jr.'s Puzzles of the Universe, and it's just a maze, and it says Cosmugolodunk, Moglodunk. I can't even say the guy's name right here. Cosmuglodunk. Stare directly into the Mazenasium. Cosmuglodunk. Stare directly into Cosmuglodunk. Stare directly into the Cosmuglodunk. Stare directly into the Mazenasium. Help him get his vision back. And you can see he has his eyes over here, and then his eyes are mazes. So that's pretty great. I think this guy has a great sense of humor. He's just awesome, and even one of the jokes made me really laugh out loud legitimately when I saw it on his Facebook. So you gotta check it out. It's great. And then on top of that, on top of having those two photocopies and then the print, he also gave me a tote to go along with it. And this tote is really cool. Right now I have the Masters figures that I'm gonna be reviewing at some point, so it's my complete Masters figures. And so there's my favorite guy right there, so Man with Stinger. And then we got this guy right here, which is Cosmuglodunk. So it's a really hard name to say, but he gave me this tote to carry around the prints and stuff, so that was really cool. I really like Burl Lancome Jr., so you guys gotta check that out. I also got some really cool prints from Zachary, Benson, Friedberg, and he does these. He does characters that are in a motif of hibiscus, so it'd be kind of like Hawaiian inspired. So I got 4 small prints. So it would be these, and that would be so we got Rick Hunter from Robotech. So that's pretty cool, and then each one of them has a certificate of authenticity. So that's pretty cool. And then I also got 2 Chitaras. So I got the Chitara, just the head of Chitara, and then I got this full body one. So I thought that was pretty cool. I had to get that. And then I also got this. Of course, I had to get this. It's Skeletor. So it's pretty cool stuff right there. But I think my favorite one, the one that caught my attention from the start, was this this She-Ra, and she's drinking out of like this tiki cup, and I absolutely love this print. It kind of has like this metallic sheen on it, so it's printed on like a metallic type paper, which I've seen Grizgeek do before. So it's some cool stuff, and I'm really glad to have gotten this print, and I can't wait to frame it along with the uncut sheet. So then I went to another booth that was the Treble Comics booth, and they had this comic called A Song of Heroes, and this is supposed to be an unofficial sequel to Masters of the Universe, which is pretty cool. I haven't got to read it yet, but I definitely want to read it. It caught my attention, and when you would get the graphic novel, you would also get a print. So that's the print that I chose. I just thought it was kind of cool. It kind of has that whole He-Man thing going on. You know, he has the sword, which looks, you know, like the sword of power. So he looks like he's transforming. So, but like I said, I haven't really read it yet, but this is definitely something that I'll be reading really soon. And you could imagine my surprise when I opened it up, and what do I happen to see inside? But one of my buddies from the Core, Andrew Kramer, and he did the coloring for some of the for one of the issues. So I was like, wait a minute, what's Andrew doing on this? So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see more of his stuff. I know that he's an artist, so that's pretty awesome that I was able to find something with his name on it, and I didn't even know that he had part of this. So I'm looking forward to reading this. And then there was the Mattel booth. So the Mattel booth, this is all I really got from them, which is pretty cool. It's Mega Constructs, Masters of the Universe, and it's a Mossman air freshener, and I haven't opened it yet. I actually got 3 of these. One of them I have it stashed with my Mossman. I haven't decided to open it yet, but I'll be opening one of these eventually. But I'm pretty sure it smells like pine, because that's what Mossman's supposed to smell like. So I got these 2 air fresheners from Mattel. They were just there. They had them in a bucket, and they were just like handing them to people. And one guy was like, "Here, take one." I was like, "Okay, yeah, thanks." And then he just kind of, there was nobody else to give any to, so he's like, "You know what, have another." So then he gave me 2 of them, and then later on, while I was doing all the photos and stuff for the video, the girl there, she gave me another one. So that was pretty cool. So that's what I got for those things. So next up, let's look at all like the physical toys and that kind of thing. So let's take a look at all of those things.
He-Man will be back right after these messages. Medieval fog. Cyclone, use your whirling powers to investigate. Around and around I go. A whirlwind. Design Cyclone with fists that fly. You can't stop my whole evil arm when Cyclone spins. Evil never wins.
Cyclone, new from the Masters of the Universe collection. Each toy sold separately from Mattel.
And now back to He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
So before I went to PowerCon, the night before, I was on Instagram, and I saw this thing from Blast Replicas, and they're pretty cool. Of course, I'll be putting everyone's websites and Instagrams or whatever it is that they use. I'll be putting them in the description below. But Blast Replicas, they do like they have like this amazing Eye of Thundera, and he also has like the He-Man sword and even the axe. And he also did these minis, and this is what I saw, and he didn't know whether he wanted to do some spray ones or some solid colored ones. So I was just gonna get one. I was like, okay, I need to get one of these swords. So here it is. These are really, really, really super nice. Of course, you'll be seeing the pictures of these. And I saw these and I was like, I gotta get this. This would be pretty cool to show off with the figures. Unfortunately, you can tell just by the way I'm holding it, this thing is bigger than the figures. It's about the size of my hand, so this will not be fitting any of the Masters figures. But I do have the She-Ra figures, the current ones, and it looks like it might fit that. So be on the lookout for the She-Ra review to see if these fit in She-Ra's hands, because she has this sword. It just has a little gem on it, but this is really cool. So this is He-Man's sword. It's just the silver sword. It's pretty cool. It's very nicely done. And then I also ended up picking up Hero's sword, because I mean, I was so excited about PowerCon that I was having a dream about going to PowerCon and picking this up, and I was like, hey, I gotta get an ice version. So when I saw that he had a blue one, that's when I was like, I gotta pick this up. So I got the Hero Blast Replicas mini sword, mini power sword. So that's pretty awesome. I love these things, and who knows, maybe one day I'll get a full-size version of either these or, you know, Lion-O's sword. And then I also went to another independent guy that makes his own toys, and Pixel Dan has already shown what he can do and all that. So, and it's the Warlords of Wor, and it's right here. This is just one guy, and basically it's these figures that are about the size of Battle Beasts, so they're small figures, and they are modular. You can tear them all apart into pieces, and you can just rebuild your own guy, which is awesome. And this comes with like a bunch of heads and weapons and hands, no feet, just the regular feet. But then there's also at the convention, he said if you bought this, then you get this free pack of additional translucent heads. So that was pretty cool, and I was like, well, I'll just get the one. You know, I thought it was a little pricey at $18, so I was like, I don't know. You know, I'll just get the one guy. So I got the one guy, and it wasn't until I got home and I opened them up and I started messing with them that I'm like, holy crap, I need more of these. It's like having Lego minifigs, but it's not a particular figure because it's just an independent line. So these are really, really, really super cool, and I have to get my hands on more of these Warlords of Wor. So then I went to, after that, across from the Warlords of Wor, they also had this guy. He was the minifigures guy, and yeah, I got a bunch of these Lego minifigures. So, but they're the Masters of the Universe minifigures that are supposed to be like Lego, but they're not. They're bootleg. Their legs are a little loose, but that's okay. I really, really like these guys a lot. There was a couple things I was kind of disappointed in. Maybe one of them, I guess I just should have known. So I tried to look them up, and it turns out that these are Chinese bootlegs, which is fine. The only thing is, this is the kind of bootleg that I would find at the swap meet, and not for as much as I paid for these. Although I did get 17 figures, I thought $50 was a little steep, but I was at the convention to, you know, to spend money. That's usually why I go to conventions, because they usually have stuff there that I can't get anywhere else. And that's what I was thinking. I want to show you guys stuff that, you know, you can't just pick up out on eBay or whatever, you know, or maybe you can pick it up on eBay, but, you know, stuff that's different, that's not just out in the norm. And then but there is one that made me super disappointed, and that would be the She-Ra figure. So the She-Ra figure, if you look at the other figures, they all have regular skin color, but She-Ra's skin color is yellow, like a Lego person. And you look at the face, and the face is a Lego person's face. So yeah, I think this is just like a Roman princess or something body from the Lego minifigs, you know, the blind packs. So, and then the cape is just too perfect also. So this is definitely a Lego person repurposed, instead of the bootleg type, which is like, wait, you're complaining about not being a bootleg? But it's because she doesn't match. Like, I wouldn't want to display the She-Ra figure with, you know, with all the other He-Man figures, and that's really disappointing, when they could have probably just, you know, done the Lego hair and then, you know, taken the head from, you know, from Tila or whatever, you know, or even the Sorceress, and then they could have just done a She-Ra that way. In this She-Ra, she does have, her hair is it is glued on, so I can't take that out. But that's a disappointment. Although I really like these figures a lot, I can't help but be disappointed at everything that just kind of came from it. So I don't know if I could recommend them or not. But, I mean, they're still super cool. And last but not least, these guys have been around for a while. Han Cholo. I finally, after 3 years, I finally got myself a Han Cholo ring. So they do all these like nerdy rings and stuff, jewelry, you know, necklaces or whatever. And I got the Battle Cat ring, which is 2 rings in one, which is pretty cool. So you got the mask is in gold, and then you got the tiger is in silver. It's stainless steel, and it does have the trademark for Mattel. So it makes me wonder if they have a thing, you know, like a contract or something with Mattel. But it looks super nice when it's together because it's that silver and gold contrast. So that was great. If you ever do pick up one of these, I would have to say watch the teeth. This guy does have some teeth on there, and the first one I got, one of his fangs was missing. And I didn't notice it until once I was at the Mattel panel. I looked down and the fang was missing, so I start, you know, kind of trying to look around or feel around or whatever. Nothing. I looked back at a picture that I had taken right when I took it out of the bag, and the fang was missing. So make sure you check your rings if you guys got one. You know, maybe they'll replace already old and it's missing. They might not replace it, I don't know. But this thing is super cool, and I've been waiting 3 years to get one, and I finally just decided to just pop on it and get it. So maybe next time I think I'll get the Triclops ring. So that's pretty cool because it looks like it's from the figure. So yeah, so check out Han Cholo. They're pretty awesome. Well, and those are my pickups for this PowerCon. The more I kind of look at everything, the more I'm like, maybe I should have gotten more Masters things since I only got really just one. I mean, I got the Han Cholo ring, but it's not official like a toy or something. I really was looking for the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive there. I was sure that somebody had it, but I'm also sure that somebody beat me to it because I got there an hour late. So there was that. And then I was also planning on getting one of those Element figures, and that ended up being way too much for me. So we'll just see what happens next time. But I hope you guys enjoyed my pickups, and we'll see you on the next video.